All right, guys, we're going to do some wax reads. I don't know how many tickets I have available, so if you guys want one, you better get one really quickly. All right. I'm going to wait for the wax to melt just a little bit. So for those of you guys asking about henna, let's have a chat real quick. I need to do a video about this, but hey, I guess I'm doing a video on YouTube. So I talked a little bit about this the other day on the live, but I'm going to talk about it again while this is getting some wax going. I was raised a specific way. I was raised doing a lot of the things that I do now for a living. I was raised to get information. I was raised learning how to listen to the wind. I was raised learning how to read the leaves, things like that, okay? But saw that y'all didn't tell me my eyeshadow was all fucked up right there. Just like y'all, I'm human. So I let someone bully me essentially last fall to where I changed some of the things that I did, and I stopped completely doing some of the other things that I am really good at. So I got every sign I needed from the universe this last week to stop being stupid and get back to doing those things. The world is not the same as it was 200 years ago, 100 years ago, 50 years ago. The world is not the same. The world has had to shift and change. It has to all the time. Not just right now. The world has always shifted and always changed. And you either shift with it or you're stuck behind. I'm not happy with myself that I allowed someone to do that, to get to me. It's my fault. I allowed them to get to me. Because there's always going to be people that dislike what you do and who you are. It just is what it is. But one of the things I realized is that I was raised the way I was raised for a reason. And I let somebody's words make me stop that reason. So, we're about to shift next week. We're about to change and we're about to shift, and it's going to be fantastic. And I'm going to take all of you with me. So, you're coming. Just let it happen. You're coming. Just let it happen. All right. So my first person on my list is Christine Carver. And I've got this where you can see the bowl. Hopefully on YouTube here. YouTube's kind of a little more of a tricky monster. All right, we ready? So what's funny is even though it all poured in the same way, it scattered. I have this really weird one over here. Okay. So, first of all, Christine, you're awful scattered. Second of all, you have two beautiful, literally beautiful diamond shapes right there. And this one over here is a bowl that's just afloat. You have a heart over here. You have a little fish right there. So something has happened where everything is scattered. You feel like your heart went one way. These diamonds represent people, usually the people that we have in our life that mean the most to us. So you have two diamonds interlocked right there. You have a weird little alien guy over there. Not really, but it looks like an A. It looks like Shrek. It's got like two little kind of things like that, right? Then you have the fish over here, and the fish like doesn't want to, like I have to push it, but then it wants to go right back to the shore. You're missing your play. You're missing your heart. You're just discombobulated. Okay. The bowl is what really interests me, though. Because the bowl signifies somebody that is always the catch-all for everybody else. Like, you are always the one who holds everybody else up, who holds everybody else together. But there's a hole right there, and there's starting to be one there and one over here. Eventually, bowls break. Eventually, bowls break. The diamonds aren't going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. They literally have just kind of stayed right here. They haven't shifted much at all. The heart hasn't gone anywhere either. It just feels discombobulated. So here's what I'm going to say. This is not always a bad thing. This is not always a bad thing. Sometimes you need that separation of all the things to be able to see where the holes in the bowl are. So don't stress about the diamonds. They're fine. Don't stress about your heart. That's fine. Your love. Don't stress about this. So the fish is kind of renewal. Don't stress about that. Look at where the holes in the bowl are. I'm going to see if I can pick it up and show you. And I know that YouTube is subscriber only because every time I leave it off subscriber only, we get all the sex bots in here, and I can't do it. See if I can hold it up where you can see the holes in the bowl. You can see one of them. See the big one down there? So you've got to look and see where the holes in the bowl are. There we go. So now it's time to concentrate on fixing the holes in the bowl. Like I said, the diamonds are fine. They just came apart because I touched them. But it happens to everybody. Especially the one who is the strong one for way too long. It just is what it is. Your diamonds don't want to come out of the water. They are obviously water babies, and they don't want to come out of the water. And it's kind of comical, and at the same time, I'm like, look here. Don't make me tell Christine on you. I would just went right back in the water. All right, look here, sir. Look here, sir. Does that make sense, Christine? I'm glad I looked up just at the right time there. Oh, so my right arm is finished, and what's funny is I have a lot of pieces on this, so it looks a little weird, discombobulated, but when you look at it all together, it flows very well. My tattoo artist asked me why I wanted trees put around my wrist when I had space and time and sigils and compasses, and why I wanted all of that there. And I said, well, if this is the hand I'm giving with, if this is the hand I'm healing people with, then it needs to start with grounding, yeah? So that's why I have trees around the base of my wrist. Felt like y'all needed to know that. So there's a lot of powerful pieces on this arm. This one over here is going to be even more. There's specific things that have to go over here. So yeah. All right, Miss Zoe, are you ready? This isn't making a very big flame this evening, so we're just going to kind of chat, let it go. So yeah. Ready, Zoe? So the first thing, like when Zoe's came down, it went way down under and came back up. So up here, there's a little cat sitting on a fence. Okay, so let's talk about this right here, and then we're going to go up here and talk about the cat. Because this is like a horn almost. There's a big flat part, big part goes down and comes up, and there's a little part that comes back right there. All right. So this is like a wound. This is like a wound that you can see the scab. You can see this part here, but this part that goes down underneath and up and is coming out over here. This is something, I don't normally talk health-wise and stuff, but what this is it's two separate things going on with you. One bigger thing and one, it looks like a small thing. But both of these are connected by two things. Like there's a huge thing going on here and one little tiny thing here. And I'll pick it up here in a minute when I'm done. I don't want to pick it up right now and break it. So, but these two health issues you've got going on, they're related. They're related and they're tied together. The big health issue going on is this, and I don't know if you're here or if you're watching this on, you know, YouTube later or whatever. The big part of this is where this little jaunt is tied in with the cat sitting up here. So cats have long represented being able to walk between here and there. They walk both worlds. So when I see the cat that's connected to this, it tells me this is something either like headache-wise, brain-wise, head injury, something like that is what this is. This is head-related, brain-related. This is, I would say, causing you to have some very, very interesting dreams and probably causing you to travel in your sleep to the point that when you wake up, you're like, I have no idea what the fuck that was that just happened in my sleep. You need to be writing down everything that you're dreaming about, even if it's just you only remember bits and pieces, okay? Because what you're getting is super, super important. I'm going to try to pick this up where I can hold it up and you guys can see the cat. See the cat? Like it's pretty obvious that's a cat sitting there. Okay. So here is the bottom part. See the big part, and then it had this little part sticking up, and it's got both of those two underneath. They're connected. Okay? But like I said, this comes from that. My hands are shaky this evening, guys. Sorry. This comes from that. So, be really paying attention to what you're dreaming, what you're waking up with, because sometimes it's not a dream. Sometimes you just wake up with this feeling. You need to be writing that down. You need to be recording it in some way, because these things, you're getting these things for a reason. Otherwise, that cat, I mean, that is almost look like a cat lady, truthfully, sitting there. So I would highly recommend paying really close attention to those because they're happening for a reason. But like I said, this here, these two health-related things are connected in two different ways. I was trying to hold it up where you could see the split in between them, but I don't want to mess up the cat because it's cool. See the split in there? Those two things are related. So, yeah. This is for a reason. I would pay attention really carefully to what you're getting, and don't let it One thing that sucks is when you start getting information from dreams, what you wake up with, etc. Sometimes it's hard to reach out and tell the person that you've got the information for. So, just so you know, it's hard. It's something that everybody struggles with when it happens, because you know the people that are open to listening to what you have to say, and then you know that there are people that are not. So here's how I bring that up. And this is another thing, guys. If I ever have a dream about you, if I ever feel like I have to reach out to you for a reason, there's obviously a very important reason, and I will not ask you for money if I'm reaching out to you. I will simply say, hey, had a dream, you were in it, blah, 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 blah. So this is what I used to say and what I still say now. If I know the person I'm reaching out to is not open to it, I will just say, hey, I had a weird dream. You know, you were in my dream, and this is what was going on, and I just thought you should know, and just leave it at that. And they can do what they need to do with it. And if they want to ask you more questions, let them ask you more questions. And if they're like, haha, yeah, that was weird, just leave it at that. You know what I mean? It's the best thing to do. Okay? Zoe, I'd be interested to know if you're having dreams about people. And if you've been able to speak to any of them about the dreams you've been having about them. All right, Eric, you ready? So yours has an arrow. It's almost like a kid sitting there. It's like a kid sitting here. But there's an arrow pointing that way. And it's got this big old weird loop around the back and up and underneath. So what I'm curious about is if you've had some childhood issues rear their head again lately. See if I can hold this so it doesn't break. It's easier to see on YouTube, but there we go. Looks like a kid sitting right there. But there's the arrow. So you have this kid sitting there with the arrow going that way. And then you have all of this loop. It's the reason I say childhood issues is because this loops around almost like a DNA strand. So I would say that this is a childhood issue that's rearing back up, that's come back to the forefront. I'll let it float again so I can look at it better. So here's the thing. This is like something very intensive that I don't think you've been able to deal with yet. I don't know if it's a loss. I don't know what it is, but it's something you haven't been able to deal with yet. It's going to come to the forefront now because now you're able to deal with it. The arrow I find interesting because the way the kid is sitting, he's sitting with his head toward the arrow. So this right here has to be dealt with, or you're going to continue to be kind of held back, if that makes sense. You're at a point where this is the only thing holding you back from moving forward. Now, this means kind of a deep dive into some intensive winding shadow work right there with that. And it's up to you when you're ready to deal with it. when it comes to stuff like this, guys, shadow work isn't easy. It's not easy, and it can open wounds that you didn't realize were there. So don't just dive in and do it every single fucking day, because you will break yourself. You have to do it a little bit, take a break, process, breathe, do a little bit, take a break, process, breathe. Shadow work is not meant to be done 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You will end up in grippy socks, okay? When you're ready, Eric, it's a good time for you to start dealing with this, because it is holding you back from moving forward. Yes, I can. In fact, if you message me, I'll send you the one I use for my shadow work class. Apparently, I need to teach a shadow work class again. I've got a good one. It's just got 10 prompts in it. It's meant to be used over and over and over. It's one that I've used to teach shadow work with since, oh shoot, for several years now. And I use it about every 6 months. I go through it and I compare my answers, and yeah. Do you guys need another live shadow work class? Like there's a videoed one, but if you guys need another live one, we can totally do a live shadow work class. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, if you guys are interested in a shadow work class, if you'll shoot a message to the site, I'll build the class, and yeah, we'll go from there. Okay. So, all right. Ready, Miss Kathy? So when you first start doing shadow work, guys, and this goes true for me too, okay? Before you start learning from someone, listen to that person, okay? I'm not saying that I would not love to teach you, but I want to make sure that you have the right teacher, okay? So listen to me, listen to several other people. Pick the person that you resonate with the most, okay? I would love to teach you. I'm happy to help you. But like I said, I want you guys to have the person that you resonate with the most, okay? Okay? So, all right, ready, Miss Kathy? Kathy gonna make me break out the glasses. Oh, you're so sweet, Eric. Good Lord, somebody got shit all over my glasses. It was me. I am somebody. Because first when I poured this, Kathy, it looked like a sphinx, but now it looks like something with something coming up over it, not a sphinx. So, all right. So this is kind of like a, it's interesting. I'm going to try to hold this up where you can see it here in a little bit, and I'm trying to move it over here where you guys can kind of see it both on YouTube and on TikTok. You might have to move the comments to see it, but I'm going to hold it like that. So you've got this little panther here. You've literally got a bird right there. And you've got a bird coming up like this. But what's interesting is this almost looks like writing down here. Like legit looks like writing. It almost looks like a hieroglyph, to be honest. Like I'm looking at it upside down now. But it almost looks like a hieroglyph. You can see it really good on YouTube. I am not familiar enough with Egyptian deities to know who is represented by what. I know that Ra usually is represented by a hawk, but you've got a panther here in the middle. You've got a bird here, a smaller bird, and then up here you've got this huge hawk. But yeah, this is This is almost writing right here. Straight across there. So this is very different than the normal readings that you pull out. And what I find very interesting about it is this. I want to breathe on it, make it go every which way. I would say that something in your path has finally opened up. Whatever it was, because I know that you were blocked for a little bit, that you were having issues and trying to find your way and feeling like you were stuck and so on. Apparently, something has opened up enough for this to come through. So here's what I would recommend, Kathy, okay? I would look up and see if there is either a painting or a hieroglyph that is a panther, a leopard, a large bird, and then a smaller bird. Because to me, this is some kind of a scene. It's not just a one thing. You know what I mean? And the little bird isn't even really attached. It's just sitting there. Let's see if I can... The little bird's going to come off when I pick it up, just so you guys know. I'm going to see if I can get it close enough to the screen so you can see. Yeah, Bastet is associated with cats, but do you see... I'll show you guys on YouTube here in just a minute. You see where this almost looks like writing down here? You have the cat, and you have another bird leaning down over it. Oh, you can see it really good on YouTube. It legit looks like writing down here on the bottom. But you see why at first it looked like a sphinx, then it looked like a scorpion, and now I'm like, nope. It's not either one of those. And underneath it looks almost the same. So, I would say something in your path has opened up enough that you have someone poking at you. You have a deity poking at you. So, you're getting homework, apparently. I love giving homework with readings. So, yeah. That's a pretty interesting scene, Kathy. And I would say that bigger bird up there is definitely like a crane or something like that. There's also a snake right there coming down the middle. In the middle of the words. There's words here, and then there's a snake. I didn't see it till I picked it up. Coming down like that. Not in a bad way. It's almost like all these animals are moving forward. Does that make sense? So, yeah. I don't know if Kathy's still here or not. Yeah, some of these people are way more familiar with Egyptian deities than I am. All right, Jeff Harris. Thank you, sweetheart. All right, ready, Jeff? Ooh, Jeff just all wound in on himself there. So I had to turn this sideways so I could see everything underneath because everything's being hidden by this flat top. But it's just crazy. It's like an ant colony. You know when you get an ant colony and it's sitting on your desk and you can watch the ants. Like that's exactly what this is. You got to calm your brain down, sir. Because what I take this as is you've got too much on your mind. It's like you're trying to do way too many things at the same time, and therefore you're basically stopping. You're in a standstill. So you have all these big things that come out, and then they wind right back in, and then they go over here, and they come back. Oh, this is like the severest of the severe adult ADHD right here. See if I can hold it up so you guys can see. All right, so this is what it looks like floating in the bowl. All you see is that top, right? See all that? Wound down around each other. And this side's even worse. Everything is so tangled up right now that you have no idea if you're coming or going. So you've got to dissect some of this, Jeff. If you don't, all you're going to see is that top part, and it's just going to look like a plug, like you're standing still. So this right here is exactly what's blocking you. It's too much. Does that make sense? Too much is blocking you. It's just like when someone yells fire in a crowded theater and everybody runs toward the door, and then the doors get blocked because everybody's trying to get through at the same time. Everything can't get through. So it's blocked. It's blocked. Like it literally just winds in and down and around on itself over and over and over and over and over repeatedly. Hell, this one's stacked on itself. Yeah, you're going to have to stop and take a break and dissect some things here, Jeff, because this is just a huge clusterfuck. Just a huge clusterfuck. For lack of a better term. That is a total professional term there. I'm just saying. Ugh. Yeah, that's a lot, Jeff. That's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, there is holes in it. But that's a lot. All right, let me refresh my list here. I got Miss Kat Coleman next. There we go. What the heck? It actually repopulated my list like it was supposed to. The travesty. All right. Kat, here we go. Ready? Ooh. So, I noticed when this came out, it looks like graffiti. Looks like, you know how you see the graffiti with the spray paint that's like really fantastically done? But it looks like graffiti. But at the top here is like, so this is, it's interesting, but it looks like a drill, like a handheld drill. So this signifies to me building something. And the fact that all of this creativity is down here underneath, all of this artwork, because this is beautiful. It's like a big old, it's like an S, really. And there's a little skull down there. So, Kat, if you were asking for confirmation about moving forward with a creative project, I would say here it is. Go big or go home, sugar. Because that is a huge, the whole top of this is a drill. And there's this beautiful, like, graffiti S. But then there's a little face, a skull down here. Let me turn it over and look at the bottom. The bottom looks pretty close to the same. The face is even there. That's crazy. So, are you here, Kat? Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, this is literally a go big or go home, sweet pea. So, I'll show you this first. So you see the drill? I think it's even got the... And then there's that beautiful S. See it? And then you got a skull right down there at the base. You make jewelry and you are wondering if you should go bigger. Good. So there's your confirmation. There's your confirmation. And the one thing I would say about the graffiti looking S right here is look for designs that play on a modern graffiti type look, because I'm not sure that that's a thing. So you should make it a thing. But this right here is an interesting, very artistic, very different look. So yeah, it's exactly what I would say. Go big or go home, sweetie. I think it's funny that you said that you were wondering if you should make them bigger. So yeah, it also kind of looks like a cobra when I'm holding it like that. Just saying. Cobras are fierce, fierce animals. I don't know what they stand for spiritually, but I would totally look that up. But yeah, absolutely. Go big or go home. And I would love to see these huge pieces that you can make. I've always loved graffiti. I used to do a lot of graffiti art. So, yeah. Good. I'm glad that that makes sense. That always makes me happy when somebody's like, I know exactly what that is. Sweet. Then I don't feel crazy. Yay for not feeling crazy. You're so welcome, Kat. Like I said, I would love to see the big pieces you create. All right, Shelby, you ready? Yeah, snakes mean wisdom and rebirth, but every different type of snake means something different too. Stands for something different. And I, for the life of me, can't remember what the cobra stands for. I deal with rattlesnakes a lot because I'm in Oklahoma, so I can totally tell you what rattlesnakes. Yeah. Sweet. I would love to see that, Cat. All right, Shelby. Ooh, there's a zipper. That's crazy. So like where there's the, you know, the loop came down, there's actually a zipper holding it together. Shelby, are you here? Yeah, I don't see Shelby here yet. Okay. Or maybe just not here right now. All right, Shelby. So what's interesting is what I see here. It's like lungs. Lungs up here on the top. And the one on the left is a little smaller than the one on the right. So I don't know if you've got really bad allergies going on, if you've got asthma going on, if you've got whatever. But just pay attention. Make sure that you're doing everything you need to do to keep those things working right. But the other thing I would say is this, because both of these things come down from these two structures and they're zippered in the middle. So the breath is also the life force. Your breath is what you channel energy with. It's what you channel your chi with. So the fact that that's zippered together tells me that you're working on a path, and I'll pick it up and show you guys here in a minute, that you're working on a path to ensure that you stay connected spiritually and physically. But part of it goes down instead of over, so it's missing that zipper. So it's like you're missing a step in there. So I would literally take a step back and look at your process. Build your process differently, because for some reason, I'm going to show you guys. All right. So you see the lungs? Let's see if I can show you the zipper. See the zipper in there? But see how this piece right here comes way out and there's a hole? That tells me that that's not completely together like it's supposed to be. Trying to see if there we go. You see the zipper? See it? Like I said, that one piece sticks up back there. So for this to be completely even, like it needs to be, I would step back and really look at things. So you can see the lungs better. that way. So make sure you're paying attention to your breath. Make sure you're paying attention to your chi, to where you're drawing your energy from, and go back and fix this little cranky thing right there. That little thing right there. Because it's keeping your path from being even. But it's just one little tiny step. It's just like it missed one little tooth in the zipper. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you unzip it, catch that tooth and re-zip it, whoop, perfect. You almost got it, girlie. Like, you're right there. You almost got it. So don't give up. Don't stress about it. Sometimes it's easier than everybody realizes. We all get upset like, oh God, it's not working right. What do I do now? And really, it's just a matter of going, like, taking a step back, unpacking everything and going, oh shit, I totally forgot this right here. So yeah. Boy, that was the message I needed to hear. I'm just saying. Came out of my own face for Miss Shelby, but that's exactly what I needed to hear. So sometimes y'all are messages for me. You don't even know. You don't even know. All right. Stuart, you ready? Every time I say Stuart, all I hear is, Saturday Night Live, she's like, Stuart! Yeah. Can't help it. Look what I could do. All right, you ready? Look what I could do. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay. I'm going to try to turn this around so you guys can see. Because this looks like a hand. Like this, pinching this string that goes all up in here. And then it ends with some smoke. Oh, you caught hold of a dream, didn't you? Okay, let me turn it around. You're going to be able to see it really good on YouTube. Hopefully, you may have to, you got messed with a lot when you were younger. I'll bet. All right. See if I can hold it right there. All right. Now I have to pick it up. All right. See the hand? See the hand that's pinching this long piece right here? And then the long piece literally comes down and winds back in and is this beautiful smoke coming up. Honey, I would say whatever it is that you just started, that you just undertook, this is literally part of a dream that you've grabbed onto. You've grabbed onto. I mean, there's even a person right there, like, holding on to it behind you. So you have the right person helping you with this, and y'all have caught the tiger by the tail. But that smoke right there represents to me something sacred that honey, whatever you've done, whatever you just got a hold of is exactly what's supposed to lead you to all of this. You see why I love wax readings? You see why I love wax readings? Do you know what I'm talking about, Valkyrie? Hopefully it's not skipping your comments, because it was doing that the other day. I was like, oh, you bitch. Well, that's not the best way. There we go. So you can see it. But yeah. You can see the person behind you. Gotcha. Whatever it is that's happened has really set you on the right path. It's like it just started unraveling that string. You had a weird dream days before. Well, I find it interesting that there's another person right here with you. It's like they're holding on to you and you're pinching the string. But all of this is fantastic. All of this is fantastic. I think it's fantastic. You say it that way. I think it's So yeah. Thank you, love. I actually don't remember if I got this in Atlanta or Chicago. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. They were missing their right hand. I mean, I couldn't really say which hand this is, but I think it's interesting that there's another person right there. So yeah, I mean, you can see very plainly. I saw somebody ask if you have to use a black candle. No, you can use whatever candle, whatever color you want. Just for me, it's easier to see all the ripples. I have found that some colors can be a little harder to read. Black is always a good color. Plus, the other thing I like about using black is that it is protective. So if you're doing reads for yourself or whatever, it's protective. It's also banishing. So yeah. So yeah. Yeah, I'd be very interested to know about this person with no hand. Because there are a few gods with no hands. Gotcha. So does this make sense to you? Absolutely. Absolutely. Every color has a meaning. So yeah, personally, I just like using black because it's easier to see all the little things. Red tends to bulb together too much and it's hard to see. You know what I mean? Blue works really well. Purple, deep purple works really well. But it seems like the lighter the color of the candle, it's harder to read, if that makes sense. Plus, if you put black against like a white bowl, it's super easy to read. Super easy to read. So yeah. Yeah, I'd be interested in where this path is about to lead you because it kind of goes down and back up and then right on. And has it seemed to have been an interesting week for you so far? By the way, y'all, I'm just putting all of these right here on the plate. They're all still right here. I've got like this line of them going around the plate. Good. Good. I hope interesting in a good way. So a wax reading is just another form of divination. Thank you for all the roses, Eric. I'm having a hot flash, so I'm sweating my ass off. It's fun. Fun. Well, I'm glad that you understand that, Stuart. I'm curious probably over the next few weeks how that goes. Because, like I said, it winds way down in and then turns into something fantastical. So, yeah. So, yeah. Now we're getting some good wax going. All right, Miss Sonya, you ready? Rada? Plus, I like the smell of this candle. Just saying. Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay. So I'm letting it float, turn around, because you got this big open space back here, but this was weird, right? So when I go to turn around, there is a couple. There's like a man, and I would say probably a woman, because the thing's more slender. Now, just because it's a man and a woman doesn't mean anything, guys. It's signifying a couple, okay? But their foreheads are together like this, like they're leaning together like that. But the woman is also buried under, it's like part of her is hidden under this clump right here, which goes back into this big part back here. So what this is signifying to me, and the reason I took that big old sigh, Sonya, is I don't know if you're here But what this signifies to me is one person letting go, and it doesn't necessarily mean a love relationship. It's one person letting go to follow their path, to be more open and be on the path they're supposed to be on. In fact, now this is still drying over here. Now that it's finally drying, it's like a flower. So you've been held back for so long that you're pulling away from this other person, because the person right here, the slender figure, the man is leaning over. I'll show you guys here in a minute. The man is leaning over, and the woman is transforming into this flower. Let's see if I can pick this up without. There we go. All right. See it? So the woman is transforming into this flower, and this other person is having kind of a hard time letting her go. So you can see the man right there. And you can see the woman right here. You can see it actually better from this side. But this is the edge. So the woman is turning into this beautiful flower here. But yeah, he's leaning over, his head leaning over to her. Here's the problem, okay? Because even though he is leaning, oh, there you can see it really good. I'm covering up this bottom because I don't want to see it yet. You can see him leaning over to her, not wanting to let her go. You know, like being really sad about it. This is the problem. See that? That is the problem. Because that is going down here to the bottom, where he is trying to, this person is trying to undermine this person becoming who they need to be. See it? So, Miss Sonya, whoever this is that you're letting go of to become this, to become the flower, to bloom into who you need to be, they are not going to be ready to fully let you go, and they're going to cause problems about it. They're going to say to your face that they're willing to let you go. They're going to say to your face that they're happy that you're finding your path. Like, they're going to say everything to your face that you want to hear. But that thing underneath, I don't like it. I don't like it. So be very cautious of this person. They're going to do everything they can to undermine you. They're going to do everything they can to undermine you. And unfortunately, this is going to come in the form of, you know, bad-mouthing you, trying to get people to think that you're crazy, that you're off your rocker, or whatever it is. And thank you, Cuddlebug. Just be very cautious with this person. Be very cautious with this person, because, like I said, this is kind of a snake in the grass situation here. Like I said, he's going to say that he appreciates that you're finding your path, but that right there tells me no. He's going to do everything he can to keep you from blooming. Part of me wants to just be like, just say what I'm saying, because that pisses me off. So I broke him for you, Sonya. I couldn't handle it. I was like, no. So you know exactly what I'm talking about then, yeah? I had to break it. I couldn't help it. It made me mad. Made me kind of mad. Been there, and I understand. And no, you can go be petty over there, man. You're welcome. You're welcome. It just pissed me off. Like, I completely understand, and I'm not about that. So you go be the awesome fucking flower you are. I just got water all over my neck. But You go be the awesome person you are and go bloom and go walk your path and be who you need to be. But keep your guard up, okay? Keep your guard up. So even though I broke that, keep your guard up, okay? I got you. And I mean, I always have plenty of empty jars. I'm just saying. All right. Cat Brown. You ready? You're welcome so much, sweetheart. Oh, thank you for the giraffe, Cat. I love the little giraffe with his like. You have a little tiny heart following you over here. Do you have some puppy love? You have someone with some puppy love going on, don't you? Speaking of puppies. I had to turn this over. Kat, are you here? Thank you for subscribing, Catherine. Bear is doing fantastic, guys. That was him that was doing the doggy ear flapping over there somewhere. Cat Brown, are you here? Okay, good. So let me ask you this, Cat. I had to flip this over because this is like a shelf right here. And underneath is all this other crazy stuff. So when I flip this over, so let me show you. Yours is a little tougher, so I can manhandle it slightly. So you have this crazy shelf, right? Okay. So when because I can see some of it here. So when I flip this over, it's literally just this insaneness back here. It curls back in on itself and over and under and so on. So, hello, Chuckleberry. How are you, sweetie? What this tells me is that you've had a whole bunch of your gifts pop up and entangle themselves together. It is kind of chaos. But on the top, on the surface, you're trying to, I don't know if you're trying to ignore them or you're just trying to wait and see if you can get a better grasp on them. I don't know what's going on, but it's almost like something is frozen on the top and all of this stuff is churning underneath. Now, this is different than being stuck. It's different than the door jam and the, you know, when somebody yells fire in the room. It's different than the door jam. This right here is like a block. It's frozen. And what's interesting, it's very insect-like. But not in a bad way. It's almost like something hatching, if that makes sense. So let's see if I can show you it this way on the bottom. There we go. Showing YouTube over here. For some reason my camera over on YouTube is doing it a lot better justice than my newer camera over here. It is kind of chaos, but at the same time, it's beautiful and working together. I'm not sure why this is the way it is on top, why it's smooth on the top. So I don't know if you have had to plug these gifts up, if you have had to cut them off, or if you just haven't been able to open up yet to let them out. But I will say this. They're very unique and they're very intense, and they have to do with a lot of communication. Because I see a lot of things in here that look like lips, that look like an air tank, that look like lines. They look like words. They look like written words. A lot of things here have to do with communication. Learning more towards, okay, not opening up yet. Okay, so you kind of understand this. It's like you feel all of these things coming, all of this stuff. So here's what I'm going to recommend. Because if you haven't got everything open yet and you can feel all this turmoil underneath, if this busts out without you being ready, it's going to overwhelm you. This is a lot. It's going to overwhelm you. It's going to overwhelm you in a cool way, but in a I'm absolutely batshit crazy kind of way, okay? So one of the things that, oh yeah, there's even a hole that goes all the way through right there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, see it? So it's got an opening to come up, to start bubbling up. So one of the things that I would recommend is this. I would start paying close attention to all the signs around you, as in numbers, animals, any little thing. We all have different things that we know are signs. I would also start, there's a great book, and I recommend it all the time, called The Psychic Witch. And if you can, get it on Audible, because even it's a good book, don't get me wrong, but the main reason I recommend it for is there are some exercises in there to help you build your clairs and help you control the clairs a little bit. So you need to kind of start getting a grasp on your clairs before they all bust out just like that. Otherwise, it's going to overwhelm you. I want you to be prepared so you can utilize these gifts to your advantage, because they're intense and they're fucking fantastic. But that hole, they've got an opening, so they're going to start bubbling to the surface. They just haven't found that hole yet. But just know that hole is there, so they've got an opening. When I say communication, this would be more paying attention to clairvoyance, to dreams, to things that you hear, to things that you just kind of know. And I point back here because when you hear things, it's not like you're hearing words in your ear right here. You hear it like here, like behind your ear is the only way I can explain it. You hear it back here. So pay attention to that. Because sometimes that's your spirit guide, that's your team. Other times it could be people that have passed away. But pay attention to that, because communication is going to be one of the main things that you're good at. So start really, really recording dreams, recording things you know, things you hear, etc. Whether it's in a notebook, voice recording, whatever it is. But these are going to start bubbling to the surface really, really quickly. Start trusting yourself more. Okay? Start trusting yourself more. That book is called The Psychic Witch. It's black with white lettering. It's got a white owl on the front of it. I can't remember the author, and I'm so sorry. But, yeah. Girl, you're going to be a really powerful communicator. You just don't know it yet. Or maybe you do know it and it just hasn't bubbled up yet. So, yeah. You're going to be a super powerful communicator, Miss Cat. Get ready. Get your big kid pants on. Thank you, love. It's a really good book, y'all. It's a really, really good book. Yeah. Um, Fast Doc got it right there. Matt Arn. I think that's Arn. Yeah. All right, Miss Andrea Wilson. Let me see here. Let me refresh my list, and I can tell you guys if there's somebody asked if there were spots left. I doubt it. Next week, I'll be doing sigils again, but I'll be doing them very specifically, carefully. All right, let's see here. Oh, you bitch. It just fucked my thing up. Hang on. Oh, shit. Fuck my thing up. All right. All right, Miss Andrea, you ready? Good night, Kim, honey. Come back over here. Boy, you're kind of big and bold and blunt lately, huh? Nothing wrong with that. It's like there's a little sloth there in the middle. It's so cute. Like a little baby sloth right there. So there's a lily. You got a little sloth right there. Okay. So this isn't so much you as it is some people around you. So the lily represents one person. They're kind of tied with this person who's represented by the sloth. Then over here, it's a ram head. So I don't know if this is, I assume probably an Aries, but it could be a Capricorn. But the sloth and then this Aries or Capricorn is over here. And the lily's over here. And it's like the lily keeps trying to connect with them and keeps getting pushed away. Oh, there we go. Okay. I flipped it over because like I could see something underneath here. The lily keeps trying to communicate with them, but there's a third party back here in the back. Well, I'm trying to see if I can recognize anything about this third party to give you a hint. It looks like a smashed pumpkin, to be honest, right there. But that's it. Like nothing else looks like anything. It's just a lump. But they're definitely doing a number on these two over here. So it's almost like the lily's been outcast because of this third party back there. So I don't know if that makes sense to you or if you know who this lily is. I don't know if you... So here's what I'd recommend, guys, because I would look up what, the lily means, what the sloth means. Woo! And then, like I said, that could be an Aries or a Capricorn because it's horns, like the curly horns. I would see who that matches up with, who the, the Aries or the Capricorn is. and who is represented by the sloth here. But pay very close attention to that third party back there. They're staying hidden on purpose. And I don't know what this is about this Lily that they don't want these two around. But I don't see anything bad with the Lily. I see the Lily trying to communicate and trying to be a part of this group again. Sorry, y'all didn't see that yawn. But pay really close attention to that third party back there. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like it because that third party is staying hidden. There's nothing there for me to really go off of. It's literally just a lump. You know who it is? Okay. It's just a lump. The fact that it's just a lump and the fact that there's no identifying characteristics to it kind of tell me that it's probably just someone that has no life, no business being in anybody else's business, but they're in everybody else's business. So, do you recognize who the Lily is then? I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you said that you understand that. But, woo! I keep yawning just reading yours, too. So, whoever this third party is, they're doing a lot of work as far as speaking out against this person. So, wherever you fit in this scenario here, be very wary of that third party. Okay? Be very wary of that third party. Because if they catch wind of anybody helping this Lily or trying to talk to these two beyond what agreeing with them, they're going to turn that mouth on you. Does that make sense? They're going to turn, and obviously they're pretty good at manifesting negative shit. So I would say also that their life is probably not the greatest because all they do is speak negative shit. So yeah. And I would bet they probably said, well, I'm never going to die because all I have is bad luck, you know? So yeah. You just reconnected with the Lily? Okay, good. Good. That makes me happy. Yeah, be very careful of that third party back there. Because like I said, I don't like that. It's just a lump. Just a lump of shit. Yeah. So, what is this? Is it Capricorn or Aries? Aries? Okay. Gotcha. Well, I'm glad that you've reconnected with the Lily. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. So who is the Aries? Is that you? Or are you the sloth? Thank you, sugar. Her daughter. Okay. Gotcha. The Lily's daughter? Woo! Thank you for that. Well, be very careful. Keep your protections in place. Keep your protections in place. Yeah, I see that. I see that. Thank you, Mariah. I totally wear the 24-hour Superstay Maybelline lipstick. Shit don't come off. And the shit don't come off. Let me just say it that way. It has its good and its bad. So if you fuck up, you're wearing the fuck up. I'm just saying. Sometimes you can get it off right when you get it on, but yeah, if it dries at all, that fuck up's there. Thank you, Christine. All right, Kayla McKagan, are you ready? Oh, okay. Wait for that part to dry a little bit more. But the first thing that I notice about this, Kayla, is that now, this does not mean someone is pregnant, okay? There's like, it looks like a baby, okay? Now, when I see that, that tells me, and the candle just got brighter. That tells me that there is something being created right now. I'm waiting for this part. It's still kind of squishy right there. Waiting for that to dry so I can flip it over. There we go. So, there's some interesting moving parts here, but there's actually like a face up here. There's a protectant on it too. Okay. So, I'm waiting to see if you understand what I'm saying here. The thing that I love about this is something new being created. It's really protected. There is like a woman's face right there. There's a beetle right here. There's a candle right here. But there's this big, it's almost like a protective arm that curves around like this. So there's a lot of working parts. There's a lot of working parts with whatever this creation is going on right now. So whatever this creation is, whatever you've started, it's about to take off. Not only is it about to take off, but like I said, it's extremely protected. I'm going to see if I can hold this up where you can see the back of it. Okay. So that's what the front looks like, okay? When I flip this over, hoping I can show you all the different parts in there. You can see the curl really big. There's a face right there. There's a beetle right here. There's actually a candle that comes up right there. It's even got like a little, it's even got a little flame on it. So beetles usually represent perseverance. Candles are illumination. I don't know who the woman's face is because, you know. But I love that the perseverance is protected down here. So I think there's going to be a few things that come with this, okay? Not only is this going to take off quickly, but there are going to be some like outside forces try to stop this. Whether it's somebody with jealousy, somebody that's being petty, somebody that's just an asshole, whatever it is. All of this stuff is going to like start hitting. You know what I mean? It's just like if you were to open a business and it takes off, it does fantastic. And then suddenly all this shit starts hitting. Don't stress about the hitting. All that stuff hitting. Because whatever this endeavor is amazingly protected. The perseverance is there. Everything is right for it right now. This illumination is interesting because it's illuminating a face. And like I said, you know, I don't know whose face it is, but it's a feminine face. I think you're going to find that there is someone who, I would say probably a woman, that has been working against you for a little while. That is speaking bad about the things that you're trying to do, wanting to do, whatever this is. So when this takes off, she's going to kind of double down a little bit on it. And I think you're finally going to realize that this person isn't on your side. And they haven't been on your side in a long time. So what sucks about that is that's losing somebody that you thought was there to help you. They are not. But that's okay. Really. So I'm curious if you understand what I'm talking about with this creation, with whatever this is, whatever this outside is. This is something big, okay? So this would be like starting a business. It would be starting a new job. It would be buying a home. It's something big. It's not just something that's a hobby or a side hustle. It's something big. I mean, I guess it could be a side hustle. But yeah, it's something big. And it's something you're very good at. Did that make more sense? Y'all don't know how bad I want to put my elbow on the table and then I go, no. You do a lot of side hustles. Well, this is a big one. This is a big one. And it does look like, it looks like an embryo. So yeah. So here's what I would say, since you're like, well, I do a lot of side hustles. Here's what I would say. Because there are specific things in the bottom down here, such as the beetle. And this is one of the beetles that has a very long back like that. It's not just a short, chubby little beetle. It's one of the, not obviously this big, but you know the longer ones that have the longer wings that come down? I would pay attention and I would watch for beetles like that. I would also kind of watch for you know how sometimes things happen and you look back and you're like, that's obviously protected. That's obviously being protected because that should have ruined it. It's not going to take long and you're going to see those things. You're going to see those things where you go through and you're like, oh, wow, that should have completely destroyed that. That should have completely wrecked that or whatever. This is something that's extremely protected and on the back end. It's something you're supposed to be doing. So that's what I would say. And now that it's kind of on your radar, you're going to notice these things more and more. You're going to notice these things more and more. And I'm sorry about the lady up there. I hate that people can't just be honest. Oh, interesting. Wow. You got really lucky, especially with a huge hailstorm. I'm not a fan of hail in any way, shape, or form. No. In fact, if I even think there's going to be hail, I'm like, where the fuck can I put my car? So, you see what I'm saying? Like, something like that, it should have damaged your car. Obviously, it was protected. All right, Kim Hall. You ready? Let's see here. There we go. Holy shit, baseball size. No, ma'am. No. No. Dude, that's insane. That's insane. I'm curious how you managed to not get any damage with that. That's crazy. Trying to melt some of this other wax. I'd rather use it as a part of the reading than let it go to waste. All right. Here you go, Kim. You ready? Ooh. Are you struggling with some religious trauma? Or maybe it is religious identity. So one of the first thing I see here, yeah, I don't blame you, girl. I don't blame you. I'd get out of there too. Where the hell are you with baseball size hail? Like, fuck that noise. So the first thing I see, it's like a cross, but there are two people below it. It's like an adult and I would say a child. But the cross at the top is split. Like the part that goes across, it's split, like broken. And then the part, instead of going straight up, it's leaning over like that. Telling me that belief has been damaged. There's a lot of things underneath with this adult. Okay. So when I flip it over, the adult is holding two, it's almost like, they look like eggs in a way, but they're huge. So there's a couple of things here that you haven't been able to let go of. I'm going to see if I can pick this up and kind of show you what I'm seeing here. So see it leaning over? See the person? It's like an adult and a child. But you can see the cross kind of falling over and split. So I'm going to show you the back. So you see the adult over here? Like there's two big, huge things, cylinders that they're holding. So there's two humongous things that this person is trying to, they're still holding these. I would say these are beliefs. I would say these two things are beliefs. So here's what I'm going to say, okay? Because I was just telling somebody this the other day. You grew up the way you grew up for a reason. You were in the positions, the spots, the sermons, whatever they were, for a reason. You felt what you felt for a reason. Some people did have a connection back then with church and things like that, especially when you're a kid. Somebody's talking about me. My nose is itching. Especially when you're a kid. And then as you get older, you realize this doesn't resonate with me anymore. I can't do this. It doesn't resonate with me anymore. It doesn't mean it's not still a part of you. Don't poo-poo that part of yourself just yet. Given away and adopted. Okay. That part still holds power in there in a good way. So even if you are not a churchgoer anymore, that connection that you had is still there. There are a lot of Christian witches. There are a lot of practitioners that look at God and Jesus and stuff like that as deities. I didn't grow up going to church, but I grew up with a healthy respect for religion, any religion. When I was older, did go to church. I actually got baptized when I was pregnant with Bodhi. And I loved being there, and I loved listening, and I loved the feeling, but it never felt completely correct to me. but I still identified with it. I still listened. I was still there. Okay. I actually carry a book of Psalms in my purse, just a little small book of Psalms. I also carry the Old Testament in my purse, because those things still hold power. So behind me and up front, I have several other different types of books. I have like, I have the I Ching. I have all kinds of stuff. Right. I can't do the organized religion either. But Psalms have power. It's literally a spell book. Christians don't realize that. It's a spell book. You don't have to be a part of the organized religion, but you don't have to let go of every part of it either, if that makes sense. This is your practice. And having that extra little bit adds to your practice, if that makes sense. So don't completely let go of all of that. Hold on to the part that still resonates with you. And if none of it resonates with you, then let it all go. But if there's a part that still resonates with you, you don't have to throw it all away. I'm a firm believer in angels and demons, even though I don't consider myself a Christian. But I'm also a firm believer in the jinn, the third race that's here in the middle. Every single religion or practice has demons. They have angelic beings in it. It's not just a Christian thing. So don't let go of all of those things, especially the parts that still resonate with you. It'll make you more powerful to incorporate them into your practice. Okay? Those two things that person's holding are big, huge things. And they're not ready to be let go of yet. I cannot imagine what's in there from being given away, being adopted. Don't force yourself to go through and deal with all of that right now, unless you know that you're ready. You can unpack that little by little. I know people are going to say, oh, well, you need to do this and do that and whatever. You need to do it when you feel like you're ready to do it. Don't let people push you into doing it, okay? Unpack those two things when you're ready. Because if you try to force it, it's going to break stuff even more, okay? Does that make sense, sweetheart? And I'm always here to teach you witchy shit. I mean, so there's that. So, I hope that helps, even if it's just a little bit. But, yeah, don't let go of all of that just yet. Okay? You are so welcome, sweetheart. You are so welcome. And I'm proud of you for that, because that's a lot to unpack. That's a lot to unpack. Thank you for the corgi booty. 2 Amandas. I have Amanda Landry and then Amanda Weathers. So let's see. Somebody asked how many more. I am halfway through my list right now. So I have 14 more to do. So if you guys don't want to stay, or you got to go to bed or whatever, just know that I will be doing these. They will be on YouTube for you guys. So you can go on and you can just see, as long as we don't have any people that have the same initials. Usually I try to put the first name and then just the last initial. So if those look too close to the same, like say we have 2, like Amanda Smith and Amanda South, I'll put Amanda S.I. You see what I'm saying? Amanda S. whatever. Words. You words what I words. All right, Amanda Landry. Ready? So yeah, if y'all need to go get some rest, go get some rest. I'll be there for you to watch tomorrow. Look at the cute little ducky. A lie. This is not a ducky. It's a little poodle. I thought it was a ducky when it first got poured, and then it decided to settle into something different because there's a big old fluffy poodle ear. So, Miss Amanda, here is what's funny, okay? Amanda Weathers, you're next. Amanda Landry, here's what's funny, because this little poodle is on top, okay? This is super fluffy, and I'll show you here in a minute. Cute little ear, cute little nose. So poodles are one of the smartest dog breeds. Poodles are insanely intelligent. I've known more than a few people that had good night dragonfly. I've known more than a few people that have the full size poodles, and those dogs are just stupid smart. They're insanely intelligent, okay? But what I love about them is they're fluffy, and you can put little bows in their hair, and they look all cute and unassuming. So, you, my dear, are all cute and unassuming. And underneath here, there's a lot of snakery. So, I'm going to show you. Alright. So, well, let's hold it this way. There's a little poodle face. You see why I thought it was a duck, but there's actually an ear right there. Big old ear. So, there's cute little poodle face. Little poodle dog. But look here. Look at all the snakes underneath here. They're just fucking everywhere. Snaky, 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 snaky. Snaky, snaky, snaky. Like, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. So, Miss Amanda, here's what I'm going to say. Because I don't feel like this is somebody else. I feel like this is you. Snakes are rebirth. They're shedding something old to be something new. Snakes also represent other things, such as the left-hand path, and maybe not always being all love and light. I don't know who else needs to hear this besides you, but it's okay to do the bad shit. It's okay. It's okay. When we first start walking our spiritual path and we first start really embracing things, sometimes we think, I probably should just be love and light. I don't want to do that because I don't want that karma or whatever. But here's the thing. You have to have balance. You have to have balance. If you are all love and light for too long, the universe will shift your ass hardcore the other way. And you'll be like, why the fuck am I wanting to do this? Why am I doing these workings or that workings? Or why did that just come out of my face? And for those people that are all, I'm just going to do all the black magic and all the bad shit and blah, blah, blah. Eventually, they're going to get their ass swung the other way. It is okay. It is okay to learn the bad things. Everybody hits a phase in their journey where they realize, I have to have a good knowledge of the good and the bad. Because if I don't, you get to a point where you almost can't protect yourself. Because sometimes protection means putting some really gnarly shit in place. You hope no one ever hits it, but it's better to have it there than not have it there. So, learn the bad things. Learn the bad things. Delve down the bad rabbit hole. It is okay. You have to have the balance. The universe is not black or white. The universe is gray. The universe is gray. Humans try to make it all black or white, but it's not. It's gray. It's literally the anti-hero. It's gray. So, delve down the rabbit hole and learn the bad things. Learn how to protect yourself from the bad things. Fighting fire with fire is the thing. Okay? So don't stress too much about trying to be the sweet, innocent little poodle all the time. Okay? You can be the snake. It's alright. You can be the snake in poodle's clothing for all that matters. For all that matters. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Just saying what I'm saying. Oh, yep. Then you absolutely need to learn to do the bad things. I gotta have some food in my face, y'all. Yeah, and that's the thing too. People that are very powerful, very gifted, very empathic tend to be overly nice because we get worried about if we were to let those things out, what would happen. I get it. I totally get it. Good. I'm gonna be doing jars again soon, guys. Just so y'all know. All right. Yeah, overly nice sometimes does end up. Oh, good, Crystal. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. That makes me happy. That's awesome as fuck. So sometimes you have to give jars time to work, and sometimes they work. Boom. Yeah. I love that. I love that. There's nothing better than watching something start to work almost immediately. It's fantastic. Hey, Trish. Yes, I will. I don't know when. Probably be a couple weeks. All right. Amanda Weathers, you ready? You have two things being kept really far apart. Well, you have two things or two people being kept really far apart. Now, when I say things, this could literally be a promotion. It could be trying to graduate from school. I mean, it could be a lot of different things. But you have two things being kept like super far apart. Like the universe is literally holding this wedge there so they can't come together. And it's like the harder you work toward this one over here. Oh, okay. This right side over here is very logical. It's very big. It's very thick. It's very full. And it's like the harder you work toward being logical, the more they're kept apart. I'll pick it up and show you in a minute. This left side is dwindling a little bit because the spiritual side of it is being neglected. Because it's like, okay, logically, if I do this, this should work. But the more logical you're being with it, the harder it's being kept apart. Let me show you. Okay. So, this, like this, is the right side. This is the left side, okay? See how the left side is smaller? The right side is bigger and thicker, right? The left side even has holes in it. All right. Look at the line from the right side over to the left. You see what I'm saying? So the more you try to logic the thing, the bigger the wedge is being put there. The left is dwindling because it's not having anything, but it's not having anything done on that side. But the thing is, if you would switch and start doing more towards the left over here and stop being so logical with it, you're going to find that this side over here is going to dwindle and these two are going to come closer together again. So I don't think it's people, just because A, it doesn't look like faces to me. It doesn't look like heads. It doesn't look like anything like that. But the left does kind of resemble a dragon face, I'm not going to lie. It's even got two little eyeballs in there. I thought they were water droplets, but they're not, because I'm trying to poke them, and they're not poking. Trying to poke in the eye. Yeah. But look at it from more of a spiritual, magical standpoint instead of the logical standpoint. Literally be the little crazy, weird, witchy person and look at it much more magically. Let go of the logic part of it, because the logic part is what's keeping it like that. Do you understand? Do you have an inkling of what these two things are? Hey, love. Yep, no tarot. Okay. So your spiritual advisor is giving you permission to full on Captain Jack the situation. Look at it very spiritually and whimsically and fuck logic for a little bit. Just saying. Just saying. Sometimes we just gotta let it do the thing. Does that make sense? You are welcome. So I think that my list is sold out for this evening. Yeah, it's sold out for this evening. As I continue to eat the peanuts. All right, Miss Caitlin Schmidt, you ready? Oh, I'm glad you think my voice is calming. I appreciate it. All right, Caitlin. Oh, aren't you a cute little... One thing I love so much about wax readings in the water like this is it allows them to be 3D. So it allows me to look and move and twist and so on. Whereas you can't really get that with anything else. Because immediately I saw the cool geometry aspect of this. Okay. All right. So immediately I saw the geometric aspect of this. I'm not a good person when it comes to naming some of these things, but, and I don't know, this may be a Greek letter, but it's like a weird backwards E like this. I'll show it to you in just a second. On the front, okay, here, just let me show it to you. So this is how it looked when it went into the water. Okay. So you see the crazy like Greek E right there. Okay. Looks kind of like a star as well. See this part that comes up and it's got these weird pokey things on it over here? Okay. When you turn it around, it's a parent and a child. A mother and a child. See it? The mother holding the child up right here. There we go. So, what this tells me is there's some nurturing relationship right here that it's way stronger than you think it is. Feels like it's being hidden back here behind whatever this symbol is. And it's literally like that backwards E. But whatever this relationship is, it's way more nurturing than you think it is. So, this is where I, pretend to be Freud and say, how's your relationship with your mother? But it's very beautiful. Like, it's very beautiful. Do you see it? I don't even know that I would say that this is like your mom and you, or you and your child. This could literally be you nurturing a part of yourself, a part of your inner child. It could be you nurturing your new path. It could be a whole slew of things. But it's a very beautiful, nurturing aspect of you. Now, that symbol, that weird, crazy, spike-looking E, I would look that up and see what that is. What's up, baby? See the lady holding the kid? It does kind of look like a star. Yeah. So, nurturing inner child. Gotcha. I mean, I also see the star shape in it too. There's a lot of symbolism here. There's a lot of symbolism here. So, you get homework, Caitlin. You get homework. Oh, thank you, Jenny. I was like, I knew someone would know. So, there you go. Now you know what the E is. And I would look up what the star represents spiritually, just the shape. So, normally, just the star represents the 5 elements: earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. But there's a lot of symbolism here, sweet pea. So if that's what you're working on, I would say it's a vital part of your path to becoming a whole. So yeah. And I know that's like, well, duh. But some people don't ever have the courage to work on some of those inner child aspects. They just don't. So I'm really proud of you for that. And all of you other people here that I've read for tonight or whatever, because there's been a couple of you. I'm really proud of you for that. It's hard to deal with that shit. Especially the older you get. You push it down and you repress it for so fucking long. You don't want to deal with it. So I'm really proud of you for that, Caitlin. And apparently the universe has been waiting for you to do it. Because that's a lot of symbolism right there. It's a lot of symbolism right there. And it's beautiful. So, I'm proud of you, sweetheart. I'm proud of you. It's just really cool. I just like it. I'm just watching it twirl around. It's so pretty. It's just so pretty. So, yeah. mean, it looks like a sculpture. See? I mean, it totally could be a sculpture. It's just beautiful. So, I'm really proud of you, sweetheart. I'm really proud of you. Okay? Don't stop. Don't stop. I'm super proud of you. Does that make sense? All right. Chelsea Ferraro. Chelsea Ferrari. I assume you were probably called Chelsea Ferrari a lot. Am I right? I would call myself Chelsea Ferrari. I'm just saying. Just saying what I'm saying. All right. Ready, Miss Chelsea? Woo, there's a big old eyeball right there. All right, then. So I'm going to lose some of the stuff when I pick it up. There's an eye. And it looks like the eye has been crying. Like there's even little drops down here. It's even that creepy eye that when I move, it follows me and I don't like it. You're welcome, Caitlin, honey. I don't like it, Chelsea. I'm just saying. It's really cool. I'm not going to lie. So hopefully I can pick it up and y'all can see it. But yeah, there's all these little droplets down here. I'm going to lose them when I pick it up. But I'm trying to see what's underneath here. Well, that's not creepy at all. All right. See the eye? Just watch. The bitch will follow you everywhere. Look at that. Look at that. Literally just follows you. I don't know what to think about this. So the eye represents psychic abilities. Okay? You see the tears. Okay? That right there is very interesting because that's just a weird little random thing that's just up like that. Kind of looks like a little snake. So here's what I'm going to say. Because this looks exactly like an eye, and because it's got, you know, the tears coming down and so on, and it has the snake at the bottom, what I'm going to say is this. Because the eye represents psychic powers, and because I know a lot of people right now are trying to get theirs back. They're trying to open those doors that they shut as a kid. I'm going to say that you're on the right path in trying to open this back up. But I'm going to also say be cautious. Okay? Be cautious. Because there is something here with this ability. Picking out all these little pieces of wax as I do this. There is something here with this ability that gives you a tie-in to something else. It's not always a bad thing. It's just you got to be a little cautious, if that makes sense. People that travel in their sleep, people that dream walk without realizing they dream walk, people that talk to things that they can't see. Sometimes those things say they're something good and they're not. I mean, and it's sometimes super hard to decipher what is actually good and what is not. So, I think it's awesome that you're opening up this psychic ability again. And having the little snake down there underneath, that is a complete rebirth, regrowth. Just be careful, okay? Don't try to push it too fast. Don't try to push your gift everywhere. Push your gift everywhere. That didn't sound right when it came out of my face the first time. It's going to follow you no matter what you do. It's your gift. But just be careful what you're using it for until you get a good control on it. This is where I say this. Know your limits, guys. Know your limits, okay? Even though I've been doing this a long time and I was taught some crazy shit as a kid, I know my limits. I know that I have limits. I know when it gets to that edge of I am not comfortable with this. I am not comfortable fixing this, doing this, giving an answer. You know what I mean? Know your limits. Know your limits. So as you're opening this gift up, if something makes you uncomfortable, stop. Stop. You can literally put a close on it. Put close words. Don't put clothing on it. Close it. You can close it. Okay? It's your gift and you can control it. And this is for all of you. Every single person has gifts. Every single person has gifts. You control those gifts. As you're learning to open them up, as you're learning to use them more, learn also how to shut that door. And look at it exactly like that. It's a door. And don't just make it some little wooden door like inside your house. This needs to be a titanium unbreakable door with tons of fucking locks that you are the only one that has the key to. Because there are going to be times when you're going to want to shut the door. You also want to control opening the door again. When you were a kid and you turned your gifts off, a lot of times we slam that door shut and we forget that we have the key. Or we forget that we even locked the door. And so then we forget how to open it back up. So when you start opening it back up, you are the key. You have the key. But you also can remake the door. Okay? So, have your door. Have it ready to shut if you feel that you need to shut it. You can always regroup and come back and reopen the door. Okay? There's nothing wrong if you have to shut the door. Every now and then I gotta shut the door. I'm like, look, bitches, I can't handle y'all. Go the fuck somewhere else. It is what it is. All right, Amber Cooper. I legit talk to things just like that, too. Okay, bitches, I don't got time for this shit. All right. Here we go, Amber. First, it looks like a heart. Then it almost looks like the Superman symbol. I'll let that part dry. There we go. Okay. All right. Girl. Honey, you are doing way too much for everybody else. You have and are overextending yourself. Okay? I don't know if you're trying to be Superman. I don't know if you're just trying to be the strong one, if you are the strong one and people are leaning on you too much. But all of this stuff is wound up and wound down under, etc. And it does look like a Superman symbol. You know, just the outer part. So, honey, you're trying to do way too much for other people. And they're taking advantage of it. Like, this makes me get really protective over you. It's like, instantly. Because the strong one is usually the most squishy inside. I will say, up here in the top, there's like a jar or a bottle. And the neck is right there. And it's actually like leaning like this. You're going to hit a breaking point sooner rather than later. See what I mean? How it kind of looks like a smashed Superman symbol. Here's all of this stuff festering under the surface. All of that shit that you just carry in there. This is the bottle that it's in. See the bottle? There's the neck and the lid. It's the lid, the bottle. That bottle is going to end up breaking. So, the problem is, I feel like there's no easy way for you to step back from everybody else. I feel like there's no easy way for you to say, hey, look, I got to have a break from you bitches. I feel like there's no easy way for you to just be like, and I'm done. There's no easy way. But you're going to have to start processing this stuff. Because if that bottle breaks, everything that you've put into the bottle up to this point is going to come right back out. And it's going to cause a tsunami. I will say this, and this is just what I personally had to do. I'm also a Capricorn. I have way too many Capricorn placements. I was also raised by a Capricorn and taught to look at logic before emotion. As is the way. Sorry, couldn't help it. I finally had to just tell everybody no. Even if I knew I could do the thing and I wanted to do the thing for them, the answer was no. And I felt like a fucking douche nozzle for the longest time because I was telling everybody no, 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 no. If it didn't relax me or make me money, no. No. In fact, even if it did make me money, sometimes the answer was still no. I'm worried about the bottle because of the way the neck looks like it's like instead of, you know, the neck fitting like this, it's like that. So it's like starting to bend. It tells me that you're taking on too much and people are putting too much on you. And that's not fair to you. You're going to have to start telling people no. And you're going to have to start making them do things on their own. And you're going to have to start making them. And what's funny is I know you're probably sitting there like, I know. If you don't, it's going to end up causing you more damage than you realize. And some of the worst offenders with this stuff is usually the people that are supposed to be helping you. They're the people that are supposed to be your parents, your guides, your, you know, aunts, uncles, like the elders that are supposed to be helping you learn these things. They're the ones that put way too much pressure and cause us to take on way too much shit. And it's absolutely stupid. And I'm sorry that you're in this situation. So, protect this beautiful bottle at all costs, honey, okay? You can only be the strong one for so long before you have to step back. Even the strong one has to step back sometimes. Don't let them break your bottle, okay? And if you need to, you know, spill some contents of the bottle out on them. Be like, look here, bitches. Here, you can have all of this. You just have all of this. And I'm going to, you know, keep my empty bottle over here. 2 birds, 1 stone. You know, I'm just saying. You're welcome, Miss Amber, honey. And I'm sorry you're having to deal with that. It's not, like I said, it's not fun at all in any way, shape, or form. All right, Shaun, you ready? Shaun may already be asleep. Trying to push this down here. Because the one thing about candle reads is that you end up getting this weird well down the middle of the candle. And I don't want to waste the wax. So, yeah. We're going to do this. All right. Ready? Oh, you are. There you are, Doc. Dry, so I can turn you over. Thank you. All right. There's some weird things here. This is like it's a bird with a super long tail, but it's almost like a parrot because it's like big, bold colors. It's not a scissor tail. It's a bigger sized bird with this long tail. Trying to see if that's a water bubble or nope. Okay. So this is like a bear cub. That's interesting. Underneath the bear cub, there's something kind of behind the bear cub, but I can't really make out what it is. But so underneath the bird, it's like an M. Could be a W if you turn it around upside down. But over here, this is like a ridge. So weird. It's almost like a fish fin. So like behind the bear, there's a mountain. See it now that I hold it up. I'll show you in just a second. There's something here in the middle. Looks like a ladybug. So, hold it like this first. So there's the bird with the tail. And then over here, you have the horse, or the bear, excuse me. And then you have the mountain behind the bear. You have the bear here and the mountain behind the bear. And right in the middle, there's a ladybug. So I put my hand behind it. You can see it better on YouTube. But this is what I found super interesting. So there's the M. But this is what I found super interesting, because it looks like a fin. See it? Like on a betta fish. It's super feathery. So it's almost like whoever the bear represents, they're trying to climb this mountain. They feel like there's a mountain on top of them. But the bear is actually very fragile. And this is also, it looks like a glacier underneath too, if you really look at it. The picture is so much better on YouTube, and I don't understand why. But it's also like a glacier. I mean, I saw that you said it looks like a totem, and it could absolutely be a totem, because it's a ton of different animals together. But it's kind of like, the ladybug is holding the bird and the mountain and the bear together. Because the bird's looking this way, the bear's looking that way. Like they're both looking opposite directions. I don't know what that represents, or who that would represent. Those little dots need to go away. So yeah, it's like the bird chooses to look the other way. The bear is like, no. Like, yeah. The bear hasn't looked toward the bird in a long time. Yeah, it is the smallest animal supporting the bigger ones. But like I said, the bear has a mountain over it. This just fascinates me back here. It's just beautiful. Just this beautiful feathery fin. So I don't think the bear is actually a bear at all. I think the bear pretends to be a bear, but it's not. It's super fragile. So I would say these represent people. I would say these represent people. You have the bear, the person that presents as the bear, who's really extremely fragile underneath. You have the bird, who's choosing to look the other way on purpose. And then you have the ladybug, who's trying to hold everything together. And the ladybug is about to lose both of them. Like, there's just a little piece holding on to the ladybug with the ladybug in the mountain. And there's only a little tiny piece right here with the ladybug and the bird. It's like they're both about to do this, and the ladybug is going to either break or just be stuck in the middle by itself. So, whoever this represents, especially whoever the ladybug represents, the ladybug needs to really be protected, because the ladybug's been trying to hold all of this together for too long. And like I said, the ladybug's either about to let go or break, one or the other. So I would make sure to protect this ladybug. So yeah. Does that make sense? Good. I'm so glad, Chelsea. Does that make sense, Doc? Some. Now, whoever the other person is, if one of them's you and one of them's your kiddo, the other one could be kiddo's other parent. But, yeah, whoever this flamboyant bird is, they're choosing to look the other way on purpose. And on that one, I will tell you this, there's already a big crack there, like, the crack goes all the way up in there. The ladybug's already kind of breaking and letting go of that person, just so you know. Like, that crack's pretty good size. So, yeah. Just so you know. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the ladybug's already letting go of that person. But this one here, she's feeling, the ladybug's feeling the strain between the mountain and the bear. Just so you know. Just so you know. You're welcome, love. You still get called Ferrari as an adult? I would own it. I'd be like, yeah, bitches. Yeah! You're welcome, Doc, honey. All right. Kimberly Doyle, you ready? Well, that's some weird, cool shit. Hurry and dry so I can turn you over and look. All right, come on. So there's like this big, huge tree. There's like this little, almost like a genie sitting underneath it with a little ponytail singing. Wait till y'all see this shit. You can't make this shit up. Let me see the back. Holy shit, from the back, it looks like a person in the cloud. Oh my God, you can't make this shit up. All right, all right, all right, all right. See the tree and the little man sitting under the tree with his ponytail sticking out the back like a little genie? Let's see if I can get it up closer. There you go. Like, he's even got his legs outstretched. I don't know if this is his, what he's coming out of or what, but here's the tree, and like, see, he's got his legs outstretched and everything. It almost kind of looks like a person leaning down talking into this. But wait till you see this. Look at all the people back there. There's like people everywhere back there. Like, it's like the craziest thing. I just crushed the tree slightly, just so you know. My sorry. My sorry. Thankfully, it's still pliable. I probably should have waited a little longer before I picked it up. And now it's cold and hard again. I can't move it. Anyway. So from the front, it's like somebody escaping. It's like somebody finally being let out. It's like the magical part of someone finally being let out. Sitting under this tree, finding their way, like relaxing, finally being happy to be them. And then underneath, you have all of these other people, all of these other things. Like, it's just crazy back here. It's just craziness. So, here's what I'm going to say, Kimberly. Enjoy every bit of what you're doing and going through right now. Enjoy every bit of it. You're always going to have people behind the scenes talking behind your back. You're always going to have people behind the scenes that are jealous, that are petty, that are whatever the fuck they are. You're always going to have that. No matter what level you are in life, no matter what you're doing, etc., you're always going to have that. So, enjoy you and enjoy being under the tree and relaxing and just having a good time and doing the things that you need to do for yourself, whether it's spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Seriously, enjoy yourself. Enjoy your time. And all of these people back here, they can just continue to sit back there and just talk amongst themselves while you're hanging out under the beautiful tree of life up here, escaping from the bottle and being the fucking genie. Fuck them. Let them sit back there and talk. Sorry that they suck. That's exactly what I would say about this. Yeah. I hope that makes sense, Kim. Like I said, fuck them. Let them sit back there and talk. So, yeah. That's exactly what I would say. Even though I crushed your tree a little bit. My sorry. My sorry. All right. Angela. I am going to murder your last name if I try. Tricario. If I murdered it, I'm sorry. And I didn't mean it. All right. Here we go. Ready? Hey, there you are, Sweepy. Ooh, you got a tapeworm. Not physically. I'm trying to push water up there so that'll dry. You've got somebody who is siphoning shit off of you, whether it's energy or money or whatever. You have a fucking tapeworm, girl. It's a gross one, too. Ugh. Like, I don't even want to touch the wax. I'm like, ugh. You literally have somebody that is... Oh, not you. You literally have somebody that's siphoning shit off of you. You need to call your energy back. You need to retrieve it all, pull it all back. And if you don't know immediately who this is, when I say you've got somebody siphoning shit off of you, pull your energy back and watch who flips the fuck out. Don't allow anybody access to your energy that isn't in your immediate house. Now, I don't know if you have kids or whatever, but you know the people that need access to your energy, that need access to your protections. Not everybody does. You need to pull your energy back. And here's, somebody asked how you do that. So here's what I would say. Literally just put on some meditative music. Something preferably a little stronger. Some of the Viking music is perfect. And just envision having a big roller in front of you and rolling up all the tendrils that are your energy that are out there in the world, rolling them back up onto this roller and just rolling it all until you have it. And there's going to be some people that don't want to let go. And guess what? You can cut that shit and you can let it, that little bit that you let them have, you can let it snap them right in the ass as they go on about their way. Most people are not really going to pay attention. If they're not doing it on purpose, if they're not siphoning your energy or still checking on you, stalking you, whatever, if they're not doing that, they're gonna feel a boost of energy and be gone, okay? You're going to have some people that suddenly are going to reach out to you after years, months. And then you're going to have some people that get angry. Like, just angry. And they start bringing up shit and you're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. That never happened with us. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'll show you. This legit looks like a gnarly tapeworm. Look at that. That's a super nasty, gnarly tapeworm. See it? You had someone reach out to you after. That's interesting. What made them reach out to you after 4 years? And is it someone that you think about all the time? Or that pops up in memory feeds or anything like that? Like, why would they reach out to you after 4 years? I will tell you guys, too, that memory feeds, gotcha. I will tell you, too, when you start to hit a different level, when you start to walk your path and your energy gets stronger, people that you have cut off in the past that still have a little hook in there, they can feel that. And then they're like, oh, gee, I think I'd like to be back in that person's life again. And, you know, at least siphon some of that energy off. Of course he did. I operate under a no tolerance policy. No second chances. No tolerance. Because I have learned way too hard that if you give someone a second chance, they will walk all over you. If you are not enough the first time to hold their attention, to be the only one, you're not going to be at the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth time. Because you should not allow yourself to be. He wants to keep you around. Of course he does. Sweetie, I would say he is probably your tapeworm right there. Like, that's a nasty ass. Like, I want to crush this. And I probably will. I'm just letting you know. I probably will. Because it's just gross. Like, I don't even want to pick it up. Where are you going, little gnat? You're going to die if you get in there, dumbass. So, I wouldn't even open the messages. I wouldn't answer them. I would just pull your energy back, cut that tie with him, and let him message and piss and moan and whatever it is he needs to do. Seriously. And that right there tells me that you should be glad that he didn't stick around the first time. Yeah. In fact, I would just block him. And I'm probably going to accidentally on purpose crush this when I put it on the plate. Just saying what I'm saying. Just saying what I'm saying. Just saying what I'm saying. No, sir. No. I'm a little protective of my peeps. No. You take your tapeworm ass somewhere else. Someone else will totally buy that bullshit. But not Angela. I'm just saying. You're welcome, sweetheart. You're welcome. I can't help it. I can't help it. And block. Yep. That was funny. All right, Miss Julie Rich, you ready? No whammies. No, I'm just kidding. No tapeworm, no whammies. All right. Ooh, that's a big old strong thing. Okay. Just turn over. Thank you. Woo, you got something going up in flames, don't you, girl? So there's like an interesting structure here. Smoke coming off it, some flames around it. Okay. So, Julie, here's what I'm going to say. And I'll hold this up in a minute so you can see it. So there's a structure here. It's crumbling. It's almost like this part's on fire back here. And for some reason, there is somebody sitting on top of the structure trying to pull someone else up as it's burning. Don't go down with the ship, Julie. Okay? Don't go down with the ship. It's not your ship. You don't need to go down on it. You aren't the captain. Take the lifeboat and get the fuck out of Dodge. If I can hold it where you can see all of it. Woo, no, no, no. See the smoke back here? The fire. And then you've got somebody reaching down over here to grab that person. I'll show you guys on YouTube. So you have the structure on fire. You have the smoke billowing out of it. Then you have this person leaning down, and this person's fighting them like they're doing everything they can. Do you see what I'm seeing? This person is doing everything they can to not be pulled back up into the burning building. This is definitely something where you need to cut this tie right there. If this person wants to go down with the burning building, then that's them. They can be the captain of that ship. Don't let them pull you back up there. Now, I will say this. Like, look, you can even see the flame back there. Look at the flame. That thing is crazy. And I barely touched it. And the flame came off. Don't let this person pull you back up. And the thing is, I'm not even sure that this is like some kind of love relationship. Like, this could absolutely be a business relationship. Got wax on my face. It could be some kind of organization. Like, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be a love relationship. But it's like this person is trying everything they can to pull you back into the burning boat. So, I don't know if that makes sense or not. But yeah. You don't need to be going down with the ship, girl. And this may not be for you. It may be for somebody right there around you or whatever. But yeah. And I saw that you said that you'll have to think about it. It could be that this is fixing to happen. And this is kind of the, hey, pay attention. So, yeah. Like, I'm kind of watching it go around, and I'm like, damn. It's like this part came off, but, like, the flames back there are humongous. Like, that's a big old flame back there. And it's literally like this person down here is kicking the person on the top. Like, I'm not gonna be a part of that. And that person is doing everything they can to reach down and pull this person in. There is a break right there. I will say that. There is a break. They're just barely touching. But, yeah. That person is doing everything they can to pull that one back up. So, yeah. I would pay attention to some people around you. If it doesn't immediately resonate with you, like, oh, that's this situation, just pay attention to some people around you. So, yeah. Could be that the person on the ground is also trying to save the person in the burning building, and they're not wanting to be saved. But let me know. Let me know, okay, Julie? Yeah, let me know. Because that's some big flames. Some big flames. I'm not going to lie. All the wax reading pieces around this candle over here look a little crazy. Like, I'll have to take a picture of it later and post it because it looks really cool. I'm not going to lie. It looks really wicked. Really wicked. Yeah, let me know, Julie, okay? I'll be on all day tomorrow. Maybe I can help with a little more clarification. Actually, let's do this. See if I can help with anything else, Julie. So there's a lowercase b. And there's someone with their head hung over here, like the head hung down like that. Someone that's taking something way too personal. I almost wouldn't be surprised if this is in a situation at work with somebody where someone's taking something way too personal and they're trying to throw the other person onto the bus as they go down in flames. Because this person's also really separated from this over here. Like, everybody's turning their back on this person. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's something at a job. Yeah, there's a big old lowercase b right there. Right there. Big old lowercase b. Does that help anymore, Julie? No? Well, hopefully it will. Hopefully tomorrow, well, I would hope that that's just a situation around you and not you. So hopefully you'll be like, oh, that's what that is. Yeah. Like I said, sometimes it's just like the warning of what's about to happen. So yeah. So yeah. Sorry that didn't give you any more insight there. All right, Aishah, you ready? Trying to get all of that in there without burning my little fingers. Ooh, that's like a sounding horn going on right here. Hang on, let me fix this. Let me melt that and do this so it can be getting all ready. All right, there we go. Ooh, there's a big old horn. It's like a celebration moment here. So this, it's like there's like a person and then those big old horns. You know the ones, Matterhorns, there we go. The ones that went down the hill and you could hear them for forever. That's, yeah. It's like a huge horn. Hang on, I'll show you. See it? Like I'm trying not to break it. That is a huge, huge horn that person is playing. Yeah, Ricola. But yeah, that is a massive horn. So here's what I'm going to say. Whatever it is that you feel like announcing, that you feel like celebrating, you need to absolutely do it. You have worked super hard for this, and you deserve every bit of accolade that goes with it. Thank you, Victoria. How are you, sugar? You deserve every bit of accolade that goes along with this. So don't let people say, oh, well, you know, you're bragging or whatever. I'm sorry you're jealous. I'm sorry that you can't do shit. I'm sorry that you have no goals. But, honey, celebrate that. Celebrate every bit of that. Seriously. Buy yourself a big old cupcake, bottle of wine, whatever it is you do to celebrate. Take yourself to dinner. That wasn't a small thing. That was a big thing that you accomplished. So, yeah. Absolutely. Shout it from the fucking rooftops. Play the big Matterhorn. The big Ricola horn. And I'm proud of you for that. And if you don't have anybody to celebrate with, you come here and you celebrate with us. We'll all celebrate with you. Okay? We'll have a big old party. So what's this in reference to? What'd you just finish? Thank you, Sir Budrick. What'd you just finish? What'd you just overcome? What'd you just do? Hopefully it's not hiding your things from me, because apparently it's been doing that a lot lately and it makes me irritated. Oh, from after the rain? So the paper I use for that dissolves. That is awesome. That is awesome. I will say this, Shayla, real quick. I keep having just one side hit my eyelashes. And I'm like, seriously? All of that stuff is still in my fire pit. So the new moon is coming up, and so is the solstice. So on the solstice, I will have a wonderful big burn. So anything that is left in there, it's pretty much all dissolved. It looked like some mush just the other day, just straight mush. There are still some wax pieces in there, but all of that's going to get melted on the solstice. Like, I love burning some shit on the solstice. So back to normal weight. I love that. You need to celebrate that, because that's not a little thing, is it? That's why this horn is so big. Such a big accomplishment. So who is this? Oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay. Well, this is talking about an accomplishment now. This is talking about an accomplishment now with you. And that you need to celebrate you. You need to celebrate this accomplishment right here. And not make it smaller than it really is. Because it is a big thing. Good night, Doc, honey. Those things take a long time, don't they? Thank you, Becky Boo. How big is big? Because I know even the little ones take a long time to just... Yeah. I hope you're going to hang it up. I hope you're going to hang it up. Because that's a big accomplishment, sweetheart. Woo, that is a big one. 16 by 23. Holy crap. That's a lot. I love you right back, Robin. What's it of? All the Caitlins and all the Amandas tonight. That's where we're at. Oh, wow. So a whole bunch of grays that probably mixed together and gave you, you know, made your eyes cross repeatedly, right? Grays and silvers. I'm fantastic, Robin. How are you, sweetie? Oh, holy shit. That's awesome. So I've been trying to download that one and the Zodiacs from the night after, and I'm having a problem getting them both downloaded. So let me try again. The one on the full moon was like 4 hours long, and I think that's why it's taking so long, but... The fuck? But the Zodiacs, I've tried repeatedly, and I can't get them. They lock my phone up every time I try to download them. It's going next to your other picture. You'll have to post pictures so we can see them. It's a little mushroom. This is Caitlin Andra. You ready? A little mushroom right here. Okay. So, well, I'll keep trying. I've never had it take like this. I restarted my phone earlier. I'm going to restart it again before I go to bed. And actually may try on my tablet and see if I can get it there. Yeah, I may try on my tablet. I just thought about that. So, Miss Caitlin, yours is pretty short and sweet. You ready? Well, straightforward. Maybe not short and sweet. So, you have this beautiful mushroom right here. In case y'all didn't know, whatever, mushrooms grow insanely fast. Insanely fast. Like, before your eyes, kind of crazy fast, okay? So, what this tells me is that you have been on a path where you have been growing and moving forward at an insanely fast speed. The problem is, and I know you can see in both these videos, this little thing down here. It's almost like, and the top of the mushroom is kind of deflated right there. And I'll hold it up in a minute so you can see better. It's almost like you've got somebody trying to deflate this. I don't feel like they're siphoning off of it. I feel like they're literally trying to deflate it. See that pretty little mushroom? See how it's deflated right there? So you have all this amazing growth, and you have somebody that's literally back here behind the scenes trying to deflate it. See? So doing everything they can to deflate it. So here's what I'm going to say, Miss Caitlin. Well, you know what I'm going to say. Fuck them right in their face. They're trying to take your growth and make it something smaller. So I don't know if this is somebody that has narcissistic tendencies that's trying to gaslight you with stuff. I don't know if this is someone that's just, I don't know, being a douche face, making your growth and your path less than whatever for their own gain. Somebody that's jealous, a petty Betty. I don't know what this is, but this person can just absolutely fuck right the fuck off. I can't stand people that deflate other people's growth or their path or whatever their talent is, what they're good at, their job, their schooling, whatever it is. I can't stand people that do that. So this is awesome. This is awesome. I'm sorry you have someone doing this back here. What I would say is you just keep being you, and you just keep moving forward, and you just keep growing at that exponential speed. They'll eventually fall off because they can't keep up with you. They can't keep up with your growth, with you moving forward. And you know what? They'll find someone else to siphon off of. I wouldn't even give them the energy or the time of day. I would literally just put my protections in place and let them just fall off. Okay? They're not worth the energy. But know that they're there, and know that they're doing what they can to siphon off of your amazing growth. Okay, Caitlin? Put your protections in place, sweetheart. Have them in place in a really good, hardcore way. All right? All right. So I have Stacey, Donna, April, Angela, and Darlene. All right. We ready, Stacey? All right. Whoop. No, I just meant to splash water on there to get you to be done. Not go all the way over there. Calm down, ma'am. Stacey needs to calm down. Well, you've got some fae. Are you here, Stacey? I don't know if you're here or not. You've got fae, honey. Okay, so the first thing I notice is this big old thing right here looks like a rose. Well, I thought I saw what looked like a person back here, okay? And then back here. And then there is a little person here. But here there's a shoe. Like one of those old-fashioned shoes, like the whole toe of it sticking up. It's really interesting. So when I turn this over though, there's a lady. There's a lady sitting here. So you've got some faith. Let's see if I can show you. Okay. See the rose? See the shoe? There's the rose. And you can kind of see the lady sitting behind it right there. And watch this. See her? You've got fae. Now, I'm not taking this as a bad thing because there's just, I mean, there's a little one that showed up and then that one. The rose is a calm thing of like love. The shoe usually represents either inner strength or protection. So, what I would do is this. I would set up a little fae garden. I would set up some kind of little place, preferably a shoe, outside. Okay? I would set it up where it can be used as a little house. I would set it up with some flowers, and I would set it up with some shinies, whether it's coins or wrapped candy. I would set it up to make them happy. Okay? I knew I was going to hiccup. I don't see this as anything at all to worry about. In fact, I would not be surprised if you've had some things disappear. I would not be surprised if you've had some things moved around. I would not be surprised if, I just wouldn't be surprised if you had some little mischievous things going on. So, make them a little place and give them a little place of theirs. That's what I would say. Give them a little place that's just theirs with some goodies, make it pretty, and tell them very politely, this is your space. You're welcome to stay here as long as you want. You know, this is my space. I will bring you out treats and, you know, whatever. And just make it a practice to take out treats for them, or goodies or candy or, you know, shinies, things like that. If you're missing an earring, take the other one out there. You know, things like that. They're pretty easy to please. And for them to show up like that, it tells me that they've been there a little bit. They may have been trying to get your attention and you may not have realized it. You know what? You know? You know what? You know what? You know what? So, yeah. So, yeah. You have fae, sweet pea. I love that one. I'm going to set that one right there. I can't wait to take a picture of this. Y'all have no idea. Actually, I am going to set her over here. I lied. She's going right there. All right, Miss Donna, you ready? I would like for you to dry too, so I can flip you over. Thank you. Wow, that's cool. I'm waiting for it to be dry so I can pick it up. Yours is pretty straightforward too. Yours is absolutely this beautiful flower. I would say this is probably like a poppy. That's what it looks like to me. It has this beautiful vine behind it. I will show you this. It actually has a ring behind it. It's really interesting. There's a ring behind it. I can't remember what the poppy stands for. I actually had to look it up not that long ago, but it fell out of my brain. So, you have homework. You have homework. I would look up what the spiritual meaning of the poppy is, because like that's a pretty straightforward flower. Like that's someone sent you flowers, Donna. Someone sent you flowers. I'm just saying. Just saying what I'm saying. So if you've been needing communication, or if you've been asking for a sign or whatever, here it is right here. Someone sent you flowers. There you go. It's a sign of remembrance and hope. I love that. I'll take a picture of it and send it to you. Because it's like really just a straightforward flower with a ring on the back. So I was like, all right, yours is just a straightforward message. So yeah, I'm actually going to set it over here by itself. It's probably, I would bet, a thank you for Monday. Just saying. You're welcome, sweetheart. It does look like a peace lily too, yeah. There you go. Eternal life of the soul. Can't make this shit up. I'll take a picture of it and send it to you, Donna, okay? Because that was pretty straightforward. That was pretty straightforward. Just saying. Just saying what I'm saying. You're welcome, sweetheart. I love when shit like that happens. Makes me want to like have all the warm and fuzzies. So, all right. April Vincent, you ready? Yours was short and sweet, Donna. I know there was stuff you wanted answers about, but you apparently didn't need answers. You needed some flowers. Trying to get this one to cool off so I can turn it over too. Plus, I like it when they're straightforward. Don't make me work. Thank you for not making me work. Good, I'm glad. I'm glad. So this one I've got a toss up. Because part of it looks like a wasp, but there's no wings. However, it also kind of looks like an angel in a way. When you flip it over, it looks like a little baby dragon sitting there. I'll show you. Okay? Alright. So, you see the wasp? Like, there's the head and the body, and the wings are wrapped up around. Or, it does look like an angel. There's the wing, there's the face, and there's a gown. Okay? When you look at it like this, you see the baby dragon, like, super clear. Like, that's obviously a little baby dragon sitting in his wings. So, lots of flight here. Thank you, CJ. Lots of flight. Lots of interesting, I mean, this just looks like ripples, you know. Like if you've got the dragon overlooking the land around him. So, April. You have homework. I mean, the first thing I saw on this front side was more the angel aspect, because this is a very pointed wing right here. So the first thing I saw was that. But the dragon on the other side, I have a feeling that this is, it's not quite a straightforward message like the flower, okay? This is April Vinson. It's not the straightforward message like the flower. But this is somebody saying hi. This is somebody that's passed. This is somebody that really considered themselves the keeper, the protector. Because really, if you even look, there are little people down here. See if I can show you the people. See the little people? So you have a dragon that's watching over and protecting all these other people. So I don't know who this is. The wasp also resonates too, though, because it does look like a wasp. So, is this you, April? This is the last April I've got on my list right now. Whoever this is sees themselves as the protector, that they're still watching over. It's easier to see that way. One, two, three, four, five, six. They're still watching over 6 people. That's how they see themselves right now. So, to me, especially seeing that there are 6 people there, this signifies, no wonder I feel like I'm about to go to sleep. This was playing like several different hertzes at the same time. I'm like, damn, no. No. This signifies somebody that in life saw themselves more as this protector. A wasp is also protective, very protective. So I would look up what those things mean, what the wasp stands for spiritually. When something pops up like this, and it's showing me that there are people there, 6 people there that this person is still visiting and around. It's usually because someone hasn't gotten to talk to them very much. Maybe they've come by and they've had a good dream and then they were gone again. And it's like, you know that they're there, but they're not there all the time and so on. This is kind of a sign of, hey, I'm here. I'm just having to help everybody. I'm having to take care of and protect all of these, everybody. So this is, I haven't forgotten you. I'm still here. Just because I'm not communicating, they're obviously a very visual person. That's why they're communicating like this. So, whoever this is, April, they are still here. They are communicating. They're just, they feel like they have this duty as this dragon to watch over these people still. So as much as it sucks that they're not there all the time, they are still there. They're just helping everybody. Okay? Thank you, love. All right. Angela. Zapata. Rada. Did that make sense, April? Well, you have a big old snake shedding its skin here, don't you? All right, Miss Angela. Oh, still squishy. Still squishy. Get off there. Get off there. Thank you. There we go. So, what this tells me right here, Miss Angela, it is time to shed the skin. It's time to change. It's time to morph. It's time to shift. The problem with shedding the skin moving forward is that you end up shedding people too. And I know that sucks, but it's part of it. Not everybody is meant to go with you on your journey. They're just not. And so when we get to that point in our journey, it fucking sucks because we have to let go of people that we wanted there. We thought were going to be there. So you're going to have to let go of some of these people. I'm just letting you know. The universe is probably going to remove them for you. That's usually what happens. Not in a bad way. I mean, sometimes it's just, you guys just grow apart really quickly, you know. But I want to show you this because this is a very, very beautiful snake. Very beautiful snake. So yours is pretty straightforward as well. It's absolutely time to shed the skin, to let go of all this and move forward. I love this little hog nose. What I love too is, like, to me, this looks like a little hog nose, like a little rattlesnake, a little hog nose rattlesnake, which means that you're becoming a much stronger, more venomous version of yourself. Personally, I think that's cool. So I'm just saying what I'm saying. But yeah, that's like a perfect little snake right there. So yeah, go ahead and shed the skin and become something new that you're supposed to be. And don't stress about, and it's hard, it's easier said than done. I know, been there, done that multiple times. Don't stress about leaving people behind. Not everybody is meant to go on your journey with you, honey. Okay? Just so you know. Hey, Heather, honey, how are you? So Ms. Darlene, you are my last one. Let me refresh my list and make sure. Aw, I'm glad, Kate, honey. Isn't it funny how you come in and you'll hear readings and you're like, that totally sounds like it resonates with me. All right. Hey, how are you, lady? All right. You are my last one. Ready? Oh, man. Reverse my list. Oh, piece of crap. Oh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Sorry. I watched too much Family Guy once upon a time. Ooh, piece of candy. So, as I'm looking at this and turning it over and so on, it keeps reminding me of a geode. And I'll show you here in just a minute. If you guys have never seen a geode, and I think almost everyone has, if you've never seen the outside of a geode, most of the time they're ugly. They just look like a rock. Not a pretty crystal, like just a fucking rock. You would never know that all these amazing, beautiful crystal clusters just fill the inside. A lot of times we have no idea how fantastic we really are on the inside, how fantastic life is, until we're broken. And once we're broken, all of those crystals inside get a chance to be seen. Now, don't get me wrong, for some people it's shit. You know, I mean, it's shit. But for the majority of people, once things are broken and you see the inside. Thank you, Vegas Wolf, honey. You get to see how just breathtaking they are. And look at how that formed. All of that pressure, all of that just shit, pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, caused those crystals to form in there, but didn't break them. Caused all those crystals to turn into something fantastic, but didn't break them. So on the back side, this was just flat like this. And on this side, it's beautiful. It looks like the inside of an amethyst geode. Like, it's just beautiful. There's all these little pokey things here and there. It's just gorgeous. It looks like a little work of art. I mean, it legit, all of this doesn't show up clear on the camera, but all of these little spikies in here, it looks like a geode. Thank you, love. So, Miss Darla, sometimes we have to be thankful for being broken. It's the only way we're going to know how amazing all the crystals are inside. And I'm sorry that you had to be built in the way you were built and then broken to show people the amazing inside that you are. I'm sorry that they couldn't see how amazing you were. Aww. Well, I'm proud of you for recovering from that. And I hope you know that we're all here whenever you need us. So I hope that resonated with you. Exactly, you are the prize. So yeah. So let me go ahead and stop YouTube over here. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow.